Okay, when I was a junior creative, I worked for a very good agency, for a very good creative director on very good briefs. I was very lucky. I knew it was my job to try and do great work and win awards for the agency, and it was very stressful because I used to go into work every day and think, I've got to have a great idea, and that is the hardest way to come up with great ideas. Obviously I found a way through that and managed to survive in the business in spite of that, but when I came across these improvisational techniques, I just realised that it could be so helpful to people who are just starting out in the business to help them, to make things easier, not necessarily easier for them, but at least more fun for them. And if I'd known about these techniques when I was young, I could have been done so much more work. So it's dynamic creativity because it's a faster way to work. It's a more productive way to work. It's a more energetic and fun and dynamic way to work. And we've been running these workshops for over 12 years now. We've been running dynamic ideation sessions with the senior creatives so many years ago, and it works. So it is a much more efficient use of time, and I think these days clients are looking for faster solutions. So I would have thought it would appeal to them as well. So I think now is the time for dynamic creativity, and that's why we're here. Yeah.
Well, that's why most people find creativity so difficult, because they think ideas have to be born. It's not true. Ideas are developed slowly, bit by bit. Even an idea that you do think is born has been developed slowly from lots and lots of different influences over the last few days or weeks of your life. You might not consciously know where those coincidences come from. The situation where you feel that you've suddenly had an amazing, complete idea is a lucky accident. And structured creative thinking is about making those lucky accidents happen. And to make those lucky accidents happen, you start slow. One little thing at a time, one little impulse at a time, one small idea at a time, and then you start to put them together. And they take you on a natural path of their own. When we see creativity as being like that, it becomes easy. It's not very dramatic. It doesn't look very impressive. It doesn't look good. And we all want to look good. It doesn't look very good. It can be quite boring. The process can look quite boring to somebody else. The result is amazing. If you commit to that, then you'll have great ideas. If you sit around waiting for lightning to strike, it might not. Tradition.
We have a tradition at the end of these workshops, and usually we take the students outside. So they've been playing all these games for 3 days, and they've got a bit more confidence, and they're more kind of energetic and probably excited about the next game they're going to play. So we just have a tradition at the end of the workshop, and we usually take them outside on the streets where there are people walking past, or outside on the main square, so they kind of get to do a little piece of street theatre at the end of the workshop. So it's just a nice way to have a climactic end to the workshop, and something they can remember and talk about, and they've been acquiring new skills over the course of the workshop, and it's a chance for them to go and put them into practice in a slightly more challenging environment.
And the game brings alive most of the things that they learn. Have small ideas and let them all add up. Don't try to bring the whole idea, just bring bits of it. There's no way that one person could have told that whole story. When each person brought one part of it, then together they created a story. It's also, as John said, because it's in public, semi-public, it gives them a slightly scary experience of being spontaneous in front of people who are looking at them. Very, very difficult for creatives to do. They like to work behind closed doors. So by going through that experience, even just for 5 or 10 minutes, they have a memory of what it feels like to be spontaneously creative in public. And they're a little bit less scared of their own imagination in the future.